In terms of, oh, this is great. So in terms of smartphones, so one of the questions is that everybody's got a smartphone now. Why is text messaging more important than like emailing onto a smartphone? That's a great question. What do you think about that, Meredith?
Well, I think, just like we talked about today with the timing, being able to hit a person right when they're thinking about spending money with either you or your competitor, I think it's probably the most powerful. Also, emails they can easily get lost in the inbox. I think it's probably been, not for everybody, but been overdone just a little bit. And the text marketing, it's refreshing, it's fun, it's engaging, and customers respond really well to it.
Yeah, they get opened. I mean, that's the biggest thing. The open rates on texts are virtually all text messages get open and read. Versus emails, even on smartphones, emails will quite often not get read. They certainly don't get the urgency. And the beautiful thing about a text, even though you can do MMS, so you can do pictures and multiple different things in various messaging capacities, we really focus on clear, simple text because that gets the message through. It goes through to every single phone, and it gets a great response. Now, Jeff's got a good question on service providers. So if you're not a place that offers discounts, but you're a service provider, what are some things that service provider can do, would you say?
Oh, sure. I think that definitely our goal then, if you can't offer discounts, is we want to position you within the company and with your customers as being the local expert on whatever service it is that you provide. We want to our main goal then is to keep your name constantly top of mind because you never know, depending on what service you provide, nobody ever hopes to have plumbing problems all the time, but we want it to be that when they do have a plumbing issue, that they call you first and foremost.
Yep, absolutely. So, part of it is sharing information from a service provider, being top of mind, being able to be that one. Look, if you're a service provider, the vast majority of your business is generally going to come from referrals or for repeat customers, and that's super important to know. What text does is it allows you to keep in contact with somebody, or for example, at a trade show. I know we've got a number of HVAC companies that participate in home shows, and whenever I go through a home show and I see like a fish bowl where people can drop a card or something like that, I mean, I know that I personally, and I'm a sales guy, I would never cold call through a list of business cards. I just wouldn't do it. Whereas text allows somebody to join in to receive a special offer, a discount, an update, a premium item, and it allows you to keep in contact with that person throughout the year. In terms of commercial applications, gosh, we got tons and tons of questions here, so we'll try to get through all of them. So in commercial applications, several of our customers never ever send out deals or anything else, but they use it as communication vehicles. A major heavy equipment manufacturer that runs a number of factories around the Midwest, building big earth movers and things, uses text to communicate with the various shifts in their factories, so that each department and each shift gets their own text list, and they're able to send out messaging of if they're going to be working late or what their plans are. It's a way for them to communicate with workers that are on the go. And we'll do the same with a lot of schools, universities, hospitals, places that have large employee bases that want to keep in contact with them. It's a way to do broadcast messaging that way as well. Thanks so much. Nice compliments. Thank you. How do you know how many customers are using the service with you? That's a great question. How do you know?
Yep, there are two different ways. We always give access for all of our customers to our online system that they can actually log into their own personal account. They can keep track of how many people on their list, and then also that's where they would send out messages. Or that's what the specialists are here for. If you ever want to know, or all you'd have to do is give us a call or shoot us an email, and that's exactly what we do for you.
Yep, absolutely. So one of the questions is from how is commercial texting or broadcast business texting different from personal cell phone texting?
Oh, sure. That's actually a really great question, too. It's different because of the fact that we actually use a short code phone number, so it dignifies us separately from maybe say like your personal cell phone, and we also lead every text message with your business name. So it's never like, oh, a mystery text, I don't know who this came from. It'll always say, business ABC with a colon, and then it'll continue on with the message of what it is, so that your customers are always well aware of maybe where the great advice is coming from or really that awesome deal.
Yep, absolutely. In terms of questions on insurance, financial planners, regulated industries, some great questions there on how those companies can use it. So I think it's really important to remember that you're never ever going to sell an insurance policy or a financial planning customer via text message. All you're able to do is keep in contact with that person and use it as a lead generation to get people, first of all, to connect with you, and then keep in contact with them throughout with various bits of information that we find that are really helpful. So, in growing the list, one of my favorites was an insurance agency that was trying to grow their health insurance business, and they were giving away a free pedometer, which is a little thing you clip on your belt that counts how many steps you walk, if you're into that sort of thing, if you're wondering, I guess. But apparently it cost them $1 a piece. They're little electronic deals, and they had it printed up with their logo on it. And through all of their advertising, they said, come in and get a free pedometer, join our VIP list, and get our free pedometer. And it was a way to get people to come in and talk with them, and where they could start that process and engagement. And for an insurance agent, just announcing that you're an insurance agent is pretty good way to clear a path. Hey, I'm selling insurance. Who wants to sit here? But the other thing is what kind of information can you send out? It's really important to send out information that is going to be valuable to the people that you are working with that want to hear from you. So in this particular case, where the company was promoting their health insurance, they were sending out typically about every other week a healthy tip of something that you could do to send that message out to go through. And just for today, park in the farthest spot back in the parking lot and walk a little bit farther. A few extra steps every day adds up to good health for a lifetime. Just for today, focus on eating an apple instead of a bag of chips. Little bits add up over time. And they just kept that drumbeat going. And for one, it was a way to keep people engaged and thinking about them so that they were top of mind. A couple of other quick things that insurance agents are sending out are really change of seasons. When people are changing their activities, a lot of times their insurance needs to be changed. So if it is once the snow started falling, we saw a lot of insurance agents in the upper Midwest sending out messaging for snowmobile. Make sure your snowmobile is covered before you go out. Give us a quick call and we'll verify. They were sending out before hunting season to, if you have land and are wondering whether or not you're at risk in hunting season, give us a call. We can help you understand that. Little bits of information like that. You'll see this happen a lot when kids are going to school. So just little reminders of if your kids are going to school and you're wondering if they're covered, give us a call and we'll make sure that it's done that way. One question is the number of characters. So text messaging is 160 characters, so you can send that out, and that's really standardized as well too. And so a great question. So can picture messaging be used? We've played around with this a lot on like product logos and things, and it's called MMS messaging. So one of the challenges with MMS messaging is a lot of people's mobile phone plans, they don't understand that when they receive a picture message, it comes at a much, much higher cost than just a regular text message. So we've taken a really conservative stance so far and recommended that people stick strictly to text messaging until it becomes a little bit more broad spread. And I've been doing a lot of research on it, and I think that it will come. But we always try to take the stance of be very conservative and aggravate the fewest amount of people possible. You can't put links into your texts right now, so you can link over to a website or a page where you can get to a mobile offer for those that want to do that. But my best advice is to keep it really simple and make your message right there in your text message as well. Yeah, thanks. So in terms of sending a weekly email, yeah, I'm supposed to. I got really lazy, so I'm getting back into that. But in terms of the webinars and keeping content going out there as well too. So I tell you what, one of the best ways, how do you get people to sign up? So one of the questions is, how do I get people, I've got my signs up, how do I get them to join my program?
Sure, and your specialist can definitely help with this, but what we always coach our customers to do, and more importantly, our customers' staff members, because that's how you communicate with your customers indirectly. They're kind of your representatives when you're not there. Just get very comfortable using very simple wording and make sure you're talking about it with every single customer who comes in the door. Saying something simple like, by the way, have you joined our new text program yet? It's awesome. We'll send you exclusive discounts not available to the public. And if you're offering a reward for signing up, just following up with, and actually if you text in right now, we'll give you half off your appetizer today. Here, do you have your cell phone number, or do you have your cell phone on you? Let me show you how to text in right now.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. And if you are interested in talking to somebody, a real life person, versus just chatting, don't hesitate to give us a call at one of the numbers there. You can talk with Kelly or myself, either way. And with that, I appreciate you joining in. Have a fantastic day. And when you're sending out text, just think about how you can perfectly time it to your customer's best effort. Thanks so much for joining.